Hi guys, welcome to Chez Loulou. I'm very happy to meet you here, and I'm looking forward in meeting you in person in one of our Zoom meetings. And I will show more of my work, more videos, more interaction. It's a great way to meet each other and get to know my art also. So one of the benefits of the Chez Loulou is that I share things earlier with you. And I have a scoop, and I want to share that too. Okay, first news is I have a little tradition, and I share a free coloring page every Christmas. This year there are going to be two Christmas houses. One I've colored already, and one I'm going to color with you, only with you. And I'll do this in parts because it's gonna be a too long video if I do it in one time. I'll do it in parts. So with this video the coloring page is added, so you can start already, while the other patrons have to wait until 4 in December, and you can practice and have fun with this coloring page and the other one, of course. So let's get started. So I have here my illustration. I have some Christmas ornaments. I had some music on, but I can't concentrate, so I deleted that. But when you start painting yourself, please do. I have water. I have my paints. And that's my second scoop or news, is that I'm going to be an ambassador of Michael Harding water paints. They are absolutely wonderful paints, and it's not because I'm biased. They gifted me a set, and I just fell in love with the colors. They're very vibrant, very fresh and bright, and you know I like vibrant colors. So there's going to be a giveaway also. So keep my account on Instagram and keep an eye on my account on Instagram. I need some brushes. I have my small brushes, the size 01 and 2, and my favorite one, which is a 6. Won't be needing any larger brushes, and let's get started. I will work from top to bottom, so I'll start with the roof. I'll spray paint my paints. I water my paints with my spray bottle. The benefit of using paints from a tube, because the Michael Harding paints come in a tube, is that you can make a little blob on your palette and wetten it and use it again and again, instead of the pens I used to use. I still use some of the colors of those. This is a set of a mix of White Knights and Royal Talons and Winsor Newton, all my favorite colors. Okay, let's start with the roof. I'll need some Payne's Gray. And my smallest brush. And I'll get some Payne's Gray on my brush, and I have a tissue. Always keep that in close, because sometimes you have too much water on your brush, and then you get a blob on your paper. You can also use this paper to wipe off mistakes if you have made them. Okay, let's start painting the roof tiles. I'll leave one in the middle not painted. So we can give that those tiles another color when the first tiles have dried. Okay. Now, as you already know, I think you can't start with the next line because we have to wait until the first paint is dry. So now I'll start painting the space next to this line. Okay, it's gonna be dark also because it's it's behind the leaves. Oh, look, a big water blob. Don't wet that on my paper. So it's a bit light, and I'll probably add another layer later on. But just go with this one first. So the reason I give it a darker color is because the Christmas leaves and ornaments will stand out more. So we'll leave that to dry. Now I'll rinse off my brush, and I'll make a mix of, let me show you, of Marsh Brown and Payne's Grey. That gives us a little a warmish gray. Those tiles are dry, so I'll paint the leftovers. Like this. Okay. So I don't know yet which color I'll give the window frames and the gutter, so I'll leave that. Now I'll start with the greens. Okay, for the greens we'll need 3 colors. I'll use this is the Bright Green Lake of Michael Harding. Making a puddle of this. Okay, I have here the Forest Green. I activate this also. Okay, and I'll use the Emerald Green. I use a bigger brush for that. So that is also a thing. When you use pens, you activate the paint, but you have to bring the paint on your palette. And if you use tubes and with little blobs of paint, you don't need a big brush to transport paint from the pen to your palette. You already have it. So that's a benefit too. Okay, I have 3 colors. So what you maybe already know is that I use different shades to create depth, also in the foliage here. So I'll start with the wreath here, and I'll take my small brush again, the size 1. Make it wet. I have my cloth here, and then I'll start with the brightest green, and we imagine that the light comes from above, so the shading and the darker parts will be below. So I'll paint the upper side of the wreath here, and the upper side here, because it's like it's a ring, right? Okay, then I'll take the middle color, which is the forest green, and I just go below this, below the the bright green parts you already painted. So maybe here, like this. Okay, and we'll need the most darker green only to emphasize a little bit more depth. So that's the second stage, and I'll start here, like here, and a bit of dark green here. Okay. I can see that I used a little bit of too much of dark green. It will flow and you don't see the bright green again, so I'll just clear it a little bit so you still can see the difference, the different shades of green. That's why the paper towel is very important to keep clear, to keep nearby. Okay, I'll zoom in. Can you see the depth already? Okay, now we're going to paint this one. Okay, start with the bright green and paint the upper part of the leaves. Don't paint the balls. I'll first finish this side of the house. Rinse off. I'll get my forest green, and then start painting the inner part. Okay, and then I'll have the very dark green, the emerald green, and just give some parts of the drawing, like here, like a shadow below the Christmas ball. I don't know what it is. Is it Christmas ball in English? It sounds strange, but help me, okay? Okay, then we'll do the other part, the other side of the house. I'll stick to ornament, okay? So the light green here. And on the outside. Then we'll take the forest green and paint the inner part. And when I'm finished with this, I'll take the emerald green, the dark green, and start adding some shading just beneath the Christmas ornaments, balls, like so. So now I'll go to the second wreath. Again, paint the upper side of the ring and this side. Then get the forest green, the darker shade. It has to be exactly the paints I use. Just use a darker shade of green. And then we'll finish with the darkest, and that's the emerald green. What you also can do is get your darkest green, and if it isn't dark enough, you can add some like Payne's gray or something to make it a little bit darker. Okay. Now we'll go on to the greens inside. This is so little, we don't have to add much shading here, maybe later on, but I'll just give them the light green color. Like this, and then maybe I'll add some emerald green, the darker green, just like here, like the windowsill is giving a shadow, casting a shadow to everything that's behind the window. Okay, like this. So now we'll move on to the two Christmas trees. We'll start light on top, like this, and then well, the Christmas tree is in layers, and the upper layer is casting a shadow on the layer below. So what you'll do is paint the lightest green just below where the first triangle stops. Then I'll take my forest green and I won't use the emerald, the darkest green, on this part of the tree. Maybe in a later on, just to give the balls a shadow again. But I want to leave it with 2 colors. And just let this dry. Okay, then we'll go to the other side. Painting the same way. This one has 3 triangles, as you can see. So I won't paint this. I only paint this, and I paint this. Okay, then I'll rinse off my brush and I'll start painting with the middle green. The middle part is a forest green, but like a little bit of a darker tone. I won't use the darkest on the upper part of the upper triangle, only 2 colors, and we'll have to let this dry. This is already dried, so now I'll use my emerald, the darkest color, and I go beneath this, the first triangle, so you can actually see that it's made of more than 1 part. And then I'll go back to the forest green again. And use some leave the lightest green also, and so darker here. Okay, then I'll go to this part. Let me zoom in. The first triangle is dried, so now I'll use the darkest green here, the emerald green, just to emphasize that the upper triangle is casting a shadow on the lower part. And because these are 3, I'll have to wait again. Until this is dry. Blow. Some artists use blow dries, but watercolor paint dries very quickly. Let's. I have some plants on the behind the window also. And this one, 2. Okay, well, now it's dry, and I'll take my emerald green and just go below the second triangle. Okay, so now you can see well, that the tree is made up of 3 triangles, each casting a shadow over the one that is below. I'll add some shading here. Also with the other tree. Okay. Well, we'll finish the greenery, so I'll see you next time. Have fun with the coloring page. Bye bye.